Good morning, class, the receiving schools and teachers.
Good morning, Mrs. Fatangas.
How are you all this morning?
We are very well, thank you. And how are you this morning?
Very well, just like you all, thank you. You may be seated. Now, let's recap to yesterday's lesson, where we watched or viewed a CD on making things. And in making things, we looked at, or we learned about 4 reasons for making things. 4 reasons for making things. One of the reasons for making things is to improve the community. Now, who can give me the other reason for making things? There are 4 reasons for making things. One is to improve the community. 3 others, Messi?
Sell.
To sell, very good. Jennifer?
To give to others.
To give to others, good. Carol?
For personal use.
For personal use, thank you. So those are the 4 reasons why people make things. Now, there are also things that are made could be used for more than one reason. For example, we have this. Now, students up in the Highlands would know what this is used for and what this is. This is called a neck warmer. This neck warmer could be used for more than a reason. It could be used to sell, to give to others, or for personal use. We also have another. What's this? Sabilum or a string bag. Now, can someone tell me the other reasons? There could be about 3 reasons for making this bilum. There could be about 3 reasons for making this bilum. Okay, let's have you.
To sell.
To sell, good. Another reason, Hayano?
For personal use.
For personal use. Any others? Let's have our friend next to Angie. Paul?
For personal use.
For personal use, I think somebody already told us that. To sell, for personal use, what else? What are the reasons?
To give to others.
To give to others. Today's topic is on uses of the product. Now, there are many things made. They can be made with hands or by hands and also machines. And things made have many purposes or can be used for many purposes. Okay, things made can be used for many purposes. And in many places, different places, at different times. Things made can be used for many purposes in many places or different places at different times. Now, for example, I have this patchwork. Patchwork is actually pieces of material put together to make something out of all those pieces put together. That could be the outside. Okay, we also have the inside. That also looks like that. Now this is known as patchwork because there are a lot of pieces of material put together to make something out of those pieces of material. Now this patchwork has many purposes, can be used for many purposes. It can be used in different places at different times. Now, can somebody tell us how this patchwork could be used, where it could be used, and the times that this patchwork could be used? Okay, you could quickly talk about it with your friend. Okay, let's see. How could it be used? How could this patchwork be used? Could be used as this patchwork could be used as okay, let's have you. Okay, how, where, when?
Tablecloth.
Good, it could be used as a tablecloth. Tablecloth. Any other purposes? Okay, let's have Trisha. We have one purpose. It could be used as a tablecloth.
Blanket.
As a?
Blanket.
Okay, it could be used to cover as a bed sheet, or could be used as a blanket. Any? Tulanga?
Can be used for covering TV.
It could be used for covering TV, so we say TV cover. Now, there could be many more uses, but we have only those two. Could be used as a tablecloth, as a bed sheet to cover yourself, or a blanket to cover yourself, and could be also used to cover your screen. Now, where? Which place or where could this be used? Where or which place could this patchwork be used? Carol?
On a table in a house.
Good. Table in the house. Angie?
You can put it on a desktop.
Put it on the
Desktop.
desktop, okay? As a desk cover, we say at school. Okay, let's have the last one from Teresa. Teresa.
You can use it as a cat.
You can use it as a
Cat.
curtain. Okay. Curtain where? Classroom house? Okay, when? Times. The times that this patchwork could be used. Now we said it could be used as tablecloth in the house when? William.
Dinner time.
Good. Dinner time, or we say meals. Okay, let's have you.
Sleeping time.
For?
Blanket.
Okay, it's sleeping time. Okay, thank you. So we can see that this patchwork can be used for so many things in different places and also at different times. Now, can somebody tell me how this was made? How this patchwork was made? One basic way, one way how they got it done. Messi?
By sewing.
By?
Sewing.
Sewing. Sewing. Now, one of the places we said this patchwork could be used is in the house as a tablecloth. Now, what else do we have in the house that are sewn? What else do we have in the house that are sewn? Okay, let's have Aloysia.
Pillowcases. Pillowcases.
Pillowcase. What else? Okay, we have a friend there. You?
Curtains.
Curtains. Let's just have one more. Okay, a friend at the back. Policies.
Mattress. Mattress.
Okay, we say mattress cover. So there are many things we have in the house that are sewn besides what we have on the board. Now, let's see that. What is pillowcase? What is a pillowcase? What is a pillowcase? Okay, let's have you.
The cover of the pillow.
Cover. Cover for pillows. Anything else besides cover for pillows? Okay, we have Paul, is it? Paul?
Covers that we use to cover pillows.
Covers for pillows, okay? Now, any others? Covers for pillows, we have one. That's the same. Paul has told us. He worded it differently, but still for covers for pillows. Brendan.
Cover for the cushion.
Cover for cushions. Shane?
To cover a pillow from having death.
To cover Okay, we'll have those three. That is what our friends think. A pillowcase is cover for pillows, cover for cushions. We use it to cover pillows from getting dirty. Now I have 3 pillowcases. That's the first one. Okay, I'd like you to have a look at it, and later I will ask you questions about these 3 pillowcases. That's the first one. First sample of a pillowcase. This is the second. That's the second. Have a good look at the second pillowcase. Okay. The third one. That's the third one. Now, you have had a look at 3 pillowcases. The 3 pillowcases. I'd like someone to tell me something about these 3 pillowcases. Somebody who can tell us something about these 3 pillowcases. Okay, let's have Tulanga as he puts his hands up first.
They have different colors.
They have different colors. Okay, we give chance to a friend there. You? Yeah. They have different colors.
They have different shapes.
Shapes. You?
They have different patterns.
Different
Patterns.
patterns. Different patterns. What else? We'll have you. Here.
Different materials.
Different materials. Anything else? We'll have you. Our friend next to Trisha.
Different sizes.
Different
Sizes.
sizes. Okay, we stop there. Now those are all the differences that we identified in the 3 pillowcases that we had. They all have, let's go through together, different colors, shapes, patterns, materials, and sizes. Different materials are used for making them. Now, earlier we said this pillow, the patchwork is sewn. What about the pillows? How are they made? Pillowcases, how are they made? They are also sewn. They are also sewn. Now, let's see our definition for the word sewing, as we just talked about the patchwork, which is sewn, the pillowcase, which is also sewn. I'd like every one of us to read what sewing is. What is sewing?
Sewing is a process of stitching pieces of fabric together with a needle and a thread by hand or sewing machine.
Okay, that is what sewing is. Sewing is a process of stitching piece of fabric together with a needle and a thread. And it can be done by hand or sewing machines. Now let's have a look at the definition for the word stitching and fabric. Stitching comes from the word stitch. We have groups 1, 2, and 3 to read for us. Definition for stitch, stitching. Of fabric, okay, thank you. The remaining groups 4, 5, 6, and 7, fabric. Good, thank you. Now, we have 2 activities to do. 2 activities. I'd like group 7 and 6 to read for us the first activity. Group 7 and 6.
In groups, discuss and list down the uses of a pillowcase.
The remaining groups, the second activity. Okay, so firstly, in groups, you're going to discuss and list down the uses of a pillowcase, okay? How a pillowcase is used or can be used. You will do that first activity together in groups. And once you have listed down your uses of a pillowcase, then individually, okay, each one of you yourselves, you're going to draw a diagram of a pillowcase. You have seen 3 pillowcases. You draw one of them, and in probably 1 or 2 sentences, write down how it's useful, how useful the pillowcase is. Okay, that's for your first activity. First activity. 5 minutes to do those 2 activities. This is for your for the first activity, but the second I'd like you to do it in your books. This is for the first activity in groups, and the second you do it in your books, because I will be collecting your books soon. Paper is for group, the first activity, and the second activity you do it in your exercise books. I will be collecting your exercise books. For first activity in groups, second activity do it in your exercise book. I will be collecting your exercise books. Paper is for the first activity. Second activity in your exercise book, I am going to collect your exercise books. You have a paper there, good. Now, first activity, you're going to talk about it together. Second one, you have to do it in your exercise books because I will be collecting your books in to check the work that you are going to do. Okay, and you have been given 5 minutes for that. You can have probably 2. If you come up with 2, that's enough. Uses. If you come up with 2, that's enough. You can leave it there and then you go on to your individual work. Yeah, the first activity you are going to work together in a group, okay, on the paper. And the second activity in your exercise book, because I'm going to collect your exercise book to check your work. Okay, so if you come up with 2 uses, that's enough. How it's used, how a pillowcase can be used. Okay, we should be all talking about it together. If you come up with 2, that's enough. Yeah. Don't spend a lot of time on the one. Yeah. This is just a paper I'm giving you to do your first activity. And the second one, you do it in the what?
Books.
Yeah. Were you given a? Yes. Okay. That's where you are going to do that. No, that's okay. You just write uses of a pillowcase. Use that as your heading. Second activity, that's a heading you write, uses of a pillowcase. Then you do the second activity. Your second activity, a heading is up on the board, uses of a pillowcase on the board, uses of a pillowcase, and then you do the second activity. If you come up with 2, that's enough, okay? 2 uses is enough. You finish there and then you go to your second activity, and the uses that you talked about together, that's the one that you can put it into a sentence or 2. Okay. The heading for the second activity is there, uses of a pillowcase. Now, if you have already come up with 2, that's enough. And once you do the second activity, whatever you have talked about in the group, the uses you came up, you put that into 1 or 2 sentences. You already have reasons there. Okay, good. Now, don't spend too much time on that. This is on group activity because you have second activity to do. So, what you came up with in the group, when you do the second activity, in 1 or 2 sentences you write, okay? Yeah. If you have come up with 2, that's enough, okay? You don't have to spend a lot of time there because you have second activity to do. And when you come with a second activity, you do what it says there, and the uses that you have, if you already have 2 there, those uses you are going to use them in 1 or 2 sentences. So the heading is there, uses of a pillowcase. Now when you do the second activity, you have that as your heading there, uses of a pillowcase as your heading. Then you do what it says for second activity. Now in the group you have already listed down uses of a pillowcase. So that's the one you are going to put it into a sentence. Okay, pillowcases are used for, and then you have it already there. Do you all know what to do now? Yes. Okay. Don't forget to have your heading. Yeah. Uses of a pillowcase. For covering, a pillow for covering cushions, to make rooms look tidy.
Like when you don't have a pillowcase, the pillow makes your
Room dirty.
like it looks like.
Okay, if I can have you to put your pencil down, and we'll have group 4. We'll have group 4 to tell us the answers they have. Somebody from group 4 who can tell us what they have for the uses of a pillowcase. Tulanga.
My group uses of the pillowcases for covering a pillow, for covering cushions so the pillow won't get dirty, to make your room look tidy and clean.
Very good, thank you. Let's say group 1. Group 1.
Uses of a pillowcase, we have 3 in mind. Covering pillows, that's 1. 2, covering the pillows from getting dirty. And number 3, to make the pillow look more attractive.
Very good, thank you. Now, so our friends have just told us uses of a pillowcase to cover pillows, to make the room look tidy, attractive, to cover cushions. Now, I'd like us to all read together what pillowcases are basically used for, or what they are actually used for. Can we all read together?
Pillowcase is used basically to cover pillows to prevent dirt from the hair of the person who uses it
From soiling it. Now, soiling talking about making dirty, okay? So, basically pillowcases are used to cover pillows and to prevent the person who uses the pillow or the user. You know, a lot of people have hair. Sometimes when we don't wash them, they are very dirty. So pillowcases prevent the actual pillow from becoming dirty or from being soiled. Now, to the receiving schools, you have been given 2 activities to do. And I'd like the teachers, after this lesson, if you can collect in your students' books and look through, especially the second activity, drawing of the diagram of a pillowcase and the usefulness of pillowcases. I will have yours after this 7C class, your second activity as well. With that, I'd like to thank each and every one of you, the model class, the receiving schools, and the teachers. Good morning to you all, and you all have a good day. Thank you all.